Students, why you are taking much time to join the class? Today I observed that many of them are joining very late. Next class onwards, you please try to join within 5 minutes. Maybe in some reasons, just for 10 minutes, before 10 minutes. So that is why I'm starting my class a little bit late today. So only 74 students attended today. So these classes are very important. Don't be absent for my classes. Okay, we'll go to the topic today. So in our last class, we discussed about the implementation of linear search and Fibonacci search. Up to that, searching concept also completed. So we'll continue the sorting technique. So already I have explained you the sorting technique, one of the sorting technique, internal sorting technique, that is insertion sort. So insertion sort is based on comparison only. So already I have shown you the procedure and algorithm and with example also, right? So in this class, we'll see the implementation part of insertion sort. So the implementation part of insertion sort. So the insertion sort complexities are time complexities are order of n only. So because during each iteration, the first element from the unsorted set is compared only with the last element of the sorted set of the array. So see this previous example, the insertion sort. Did you understand the insertion sort, all of you? Are you clear about insertion sort example? Shall I repeat? Okay. So I'm taking a simple example. Okay. Once again, I'll tell you. Once again, I'm repeating this. Listen carefully. So, insertion sort. With example. So, what is the insertion sort? Okay, let me take some elements. For example, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm taking some values, for example, here 7, for example, 7, 3, some unsorted elements, some 5, 4, 2, maybe some 6. So these are my unsorted elements. Now these are my indexes, right? The index starts from, if it is an array, the index starts from where? Index starts from where? Right, 0, 0, good. So all of you listen carefully, ma. Otherwise, sortings will confuse. So many sortings will come. So if you don't have clarity, definitely, ultimately, you will be confused because there are total 8 number of, nearly 6 to 8 number of sortings. So while I'm teaching, you better make a note for the algorithm, because every sorting will follow different order. So first sorting technique, that is insertion sort, I'm trying to tell you. So very important. So if you have any doubt, let me stop. Otherwise, you may not understand. If you have any doubt, spontaneously, you can ask me. Otherwise, you will be confused. Or after the ending of the class, you can discuss with your classmates if you have any doubt. Okay. So listen. My index starts from 0. Just I'm inserting the index values also, so that it is very clear to all of you. So this is my index 0 and this is my index 1 and this is 2 and this is 3. If you really understand the sorting techniques, you will play with these algorithms, right? Very interesting algorithms, all these sorting. So, but the thing you required is your attention. Okay. So this is the index 0 to 5. So total 6 elements. So here, what is my n here? The size of n is what here? Tell me. The size of n is what? Yes, good, 6. The size of n is 6, right? Okay, then here, for example, if we take the value I, what is the, okay, anyway, so these are the elements. Okay, the n value is 6. Now, as per the algorithm of insertion sort, the insertion sort always compare with the starts with from index 1. As per the insertion sort, compare with the neighboring element. That means the neighboring element means what? So the search will start from the index 1 onwards. So the second element is, the second element, the list is compared with the leftmost element. So here 3 is compared with 7. Here 3 is compared with 7. Now in this regard, what will happen here? So 3 is compared with 7. So is it in order? Is it in sorted order? No, not in sorted order. So we'll swap the elements, interchange the elements, right? So simply we'll wait upon the remaining values also. So actually here the value is takes much time to draw the box. That is why I'm directly writing the values. Please try to understand. So here actually 3 will come. In this place 7 will come. Next the remaining position same. 5 place 5, 4 place 4, 2 place 2, and 6 place 6. Okay, the position same. In the next iteration, this is pass 1. This is called as pass 1. Okay, so next pass 2. So every iteration, every step is called a pass here. Okay, so consider it as pass. Now the element 3 is not directly stored, but here why it is stored directly? Because no previous elements before 3. That is why directly it is placed. So before placing into its position, its swapping, it will check the previous values. But here 3 is the starting value. There are no elements to check with 3. So this is the first element. That is why we can directly post that element. Right. Okay. After that, next pass 2. So in pass 2, yes. In pass 2, so the elements 3 is in order, 7 is in order. So the next iteration is 5 is compared with 7. 5 is compared with 7. So position 3 is same. Next 7 5. Is it in ascending order? No. So simply we'll swap the values. 5 will be placed in the position of 7. 7 will be in the position of 5. The remaining position same. At a time only one position. 6. Okay. So but here see is the list is this is it consists of two arrays. One is sorted array and another one is unsorted array. In the same array, it will follow two lists. One is unsorted array and another one is sorted array. Sorted array is this 3 5 7. Unsorted means the remaining elements. 3 5 only. The unsorted means remaining elements. So next step, pass 3. Directly I'm writing. I'm not writing. Directly I'm going. So 3 5 7 4 2 6. No, 3 is in order. 5 is in order. Now compare 4 with 7 or 7 7 4. So compare 7 4. So 7 4 not in order. So 5 is 5, 4 is 4, 7 is 7. But here see 4 is before 5. 5 is before 4. So is it in ascending order? No. It is against the rule. That is why it will compare with the remaining elements also. The 4 is compared with the remaining elements also. So that means what? Again it will sort the order. That means what? 3 is 3. So 4 will come in place of 5. So it will compare with 4 and it will be swapped. And the next element is 5 and the element is 7. Remaining 2 6 common. Then again compare 3 4 5 up to 5 it is okay. Now compare 7 with 2, 2 with 7. It is not in the order. Again swap it 3 4 5. 2 will come in place of 7, 7 in place of 2. It is 6 is 6. Now compare 2, it is not in the order. So simply swap 5 and 2. 2 will come here. So again before 2, 4 is there. Again in the next step pass, swap the 2 with 4. 2 come here. 2 swap with 3. So ultimately 2 come here. 2 3 4 5 7 6. After that 7 in the place of 6. This is the list of elements. This is how the first element is the second element is compared with the previous element, and the and next onwards it will continues and it will compare with the previous elements also. Here see, we exchanged the elements here 7 and 4, but 4 is not in the sorted order. So it will compare with the remaining elements also. It will compare with the remaining elements also. That means it is come back to the backward direction. So here 4 is come back. So after sorting, it will place the elements into sorted list. The remaining are in unsorted order. Here no list, two lists here physically, but after the every sorting, the list will be saved in a sorted list and the remaining elements are in the unsorted list. This is how the insertion sort will execute. Okay, hope you clear this. Have any doubt, can ask me. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. If you clear, you can send me reply. Clear or not clear? Yes, okay. So if you really understand, then only send me reply. Otherwise, without understanding, don't send me. Okay, sir. So that is deceiving yourself only. Okay. Okay. If you really understand, that's good. So what about remaining? Please try to concentrate these sortings. Sorting techniques are important. Definitely there is a SI question for final examination. Good sorting, I don't know. For every unit examinations and midterm examinations also, it is sorting is important. So different sorting techniques will come. It is very simple, but the logic is important. Okay. So next, come to the program. Okay. Okay. Good. Then see the program implementation. So now I am showing you the type of program so that we'll save our time. So the order of n is the time complexity for insertion sort, but the sort is very time consuming process because if the list of elements are huge, so it takes more time. We'll compare with the elements because every time it need to shift the elements in the sorted and unsorted order. So this is not suitable for huge number of elements actually. But the advantages are it is easy to implement and efficient to use on small set of data. It can be efficiently implemented on data sets that are already substantially sorted. So that means if the elements are more number of elements are in the sorted list, it is easy. It performs better than algorithms like selection sort and bubble sort. Insertion sort algorithm is simple than shell sort or the remaining sorts. So then it requires less memory space, order of 1. That means no memory space. Almost very less memory space it requires. So it is said to be online as it can sort a list on the when it receives new elements. Okay, come to the program. So program is important. Okay. So already uh, the size is declared here, has defined size of 5 some elements, some size. Okay. So here conio.h console input output. This is the another header file. Console input output. For output we are using conio, and as defined by is the constant value. For the constants we can declare the constant like this in C language. Now we are declaring one function. So this is called a declaration. Void insertion sort int array of comma int n. So otherwise you can declare int array comma int n. That's also not a problem. Directly we are passing the arguments in the function void insertion sort. So otherwise you can take only insertion, or you can take any some my insertion sort. Just I'm making here a hyphen void insertion sort just for a clear understanding. So directly I'm passing arguments, that is array and n. So here I'm declaring. What is the difference between declaring and definition? Declaration and definition. So declaration does not consist of any body. So but it ends with semicolon. So see here, this is the function void insertion sort. Insertion sort is the function here. So it is called function declaration. Function declaration and function definition. I'll tell you the difference. Function declaration is nothing but, I'll tell you the real world example. For example, if birthday function is there. So for example, today is the birthday date. For example, June 7th is the birthday. That is declared. Or JNTK going to announce results on so and so date. That is declared, not defined. When it will define? On that result date, same date. So what it will define? It will define every student's results, every subject marks. That is the difference. Declaration means just will make a statement, that is an announcement, just like. So here also we are announcing the statement, insertion sort. So in that simply we are declaring. So somewhere in the program we can define that. In the definition everything is there. Okay, that is the declaration and that is the definition difference. So understand this difference. Declaration and definition of a function in program. Anywhere in the program that is same. Declaration ends with semicolon. Definition not ends with semicolon. Definition does not consist of semicolon. Definition consists of body, but declaration does not consist of body. Body means not human body. So the program body already you know. Okay, now my main function starts here. So I'm declaring the array size I comma n, some variables. These are not mandatory to explain, so nothing to explain in this. Okay, enter number of elements in the array and then enter the number of elements in the array. So that's common. Okay, so for example, if you enter some 10 elements or some so those 10 elements you can enter by using this. So up to n only, up to n. So already we mentioned the size there. Okay, now so coming to the for loop, and it will take elements from array of I. So insertion sort array of array comma n. So the sorted array is so on. So this is the list of sorted elements for the output sake. We are writing the printf statement. The sorted array is so and so from I less than n. So it will take from array of I. So get ch for output. So that is all common, you know everything. But here this is the logic important. This is important. So this is the logic and it is very, very important for this program. The remaining things everyone can write and everyone can understand. So this is the logic. You should concentrate on this. Okay. Now we are defining the void insert function. This is the definition. See, so the definition does not have any semicolon and it consists of body of the function. So this everything is body of the function. So see here, now I am declaring some variables int I, int j, int temp. In the previous example, so already I told you what is temp. So temp means if the real value is not there, up to the real value comes, will place some temporary value. That means you can call it as a name or you can call it as any name, that is temp, that is key, that is some any other name also you can take, you can give. Compiler will accept, but it is not same as a uh, keyword, but that it should not be a keyword. You can take, you can give any name, compiler will accept. So now I'm taking it as a temp, or otherwise you can give as a key, that's not a problem. So in the previous example, just I'll show you again. So here in the pass, in the first pass, first value is what, 3 here. 7 and 3, 7 and 3, first and second, 7 and 3. So here temp is what, here temp is how much here, first in the first pass, first pass temp is how much here, first pass temp is 3 here, first pass temp is 3. So we are making as temp. Why we are making as temp? Because we don't have actual value, just we are comparing these two only. So after comparing only, the 3 is placed here, because 7 and 3 both, 7 is greater than 3, that is why we are exchange the both values positions. Okay, so here the temp is, that means the key is 3 and it will compare with the remaining leftmost value. So that is why we are calling it as a temp or key. Temp or key, anyone is right. Now it starts with 1. So then so every time the temp value will be changed, and after that the temp value is 5, after that the temp value is 4, based on the values. Okay, here some variables we declared I, j, temp. So we have here we declared temp. In the program also we can use the variable temp. Temp is a variable, nothing but, already I told you in the demo piece in the mobile shop. So here also same thing, with the demo set we can show the model of the handset. Here also temp is a temp is a variable, just like A to Z. We can use this type of also. So now see clearly, for I equals to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. Observe this loop. So every time in the loops almost it will start with initialize with 0. But why here we are using 1 here? Can anyone tell me? Already I emphasize in the example while I am explaining why we are taking I value as 1. Can anyone guess it at least? Actually, initialization in the for loop, generally it is 0. Why we are here starting with 1? Temp is in the index 1, very good, 34. That's good, right? So see here in the previous example. Here our set starts from 0th onwards. Here what is the value of I here? So the value of I equals to 1. Try to understand the program, that is more beneficial to you. So it is the value I. Every time every search and every sorting will start from the 0 index, but the insertion sort will starts from index position 1. This is called value I. So for our implementation we can give to the compiler based on the variables, based on the program. In the form of program we can give it to the compiler, and compiler will execute and give us the output. That is the scenario happening in every programming language. So based on the, if it is a multiplication of two numbers, based on that formula, based on that variables, we can explain to the compiler based on the program, through the program. Here also same thing. So I value is, the index I value starts from 1 onwards, not from 0. It will starts from here onwards. That is why we are making that loop as initialization 1. So the here the I value is 1, and what is the j value here? So I and j both will compare. So j value is here 0. J is what? 7 is J, not 7, this position. So I is compared with J. That is why jth position is 0. Before 0, what is there? -1 is there. If -1 arises in the program, ultimately search will be stopped. So there is nothing. Loop will be terminated because before -1 there is nothing. So the search will start from the sorting index will start from 0th location only. 0th location onwards, the list is there. Before 0, nothing is there. If -1 arises, that means loop will be terminated. That thing you need to understand. Now come to the program. Here, that is why I equals to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay, now did you understand this loop? Did you understand? Understand the loop? Yes, okay. Then only I'll move forward. Otherwise, again, I'll explain you. Okay, then see temp equals to array of I. Temp equals to array of I. What it means? Here, what is the array of I? Array of I is the value here. Temp equals to value. We are assigning both to. So that is here temp equals to arrays 1th position. In the 1th position, what is there? What is the value there? That is 3. Okay. Now j equals to j minus 1. What it means? J equals to j minus 1. That means what? Already j is decremented. Why it will decrement? It will come back to the previous location. That is why it will come back. Again, next. So here the condition is very important, most important. This is the base for the logic and the insertion starter. This is the main logic for the program. Now see here. So already you know the logical operations and operators. So what it means really, first of all, let me tell you this. This is the logical operation, while loop. So what is the meaning of while loop? What is the working principle of while loop? First of all, it will check the condition, then only it will enter into the body of the program, body of the loop. So if the condition is false, then it will terminate. Agree with me? Condition, while loop. What is while loop? Yes. So first of all, both the operands are true, then only if the condition is true, first of all, it will check the condition. Then if the condition is true, then it will enter into the loop. Otherwise, it will not, it will terminate. First, it will execute the condition. That's it. So here it is the logical AND operation. Logical AND. See ampersand, 2 ampersand symbols. This is called logical AND operator. You know, we are having different operators in C. Already you might read in C programming. This is the logical AND operator. So what it means here? So here j greater than equals to 0. First see this. J greater than or equals to 0. Here what is the j value? J value is 0 now. Greater than 0 greater than or equals to 0. Is it condition true? 0 greater than or equals to 0. Is it right? True. Very good. 0 greater than or equals to 0. That is right. 0 is equals to 0 or greater than. Okay. Condition is true. Fine. Then here temp less than array of I. So what is the value of here array of I here? So in the previous example, remember this condition, keep in your mind temp less than array of I. temp less than array of I. Remember that thing. Here temp less than array of I, while temp less than array of I. So now we need to check the condition. So what is the array of I value here? Array temp value here. That means here temp is 3, array of value is 7. 3 is less than 7. Condition is true or false? 3 is less than 7. True. 3 is less than 7. True. So that means both the operands are true. That means it will enter into the loop. So here 3 is comparing with 7. So 3 less than 7. So otherwise you can write logic in another order also. So here I will write. So logic we can write at any type. Or go A of I greater than temp. This one also correct. So here what is the value of A of I? 7. 7 is greater than 3. Temp value is 3. Same. Here also same. So 7 is greater than 3. Temp value is 3. In everything temp value does not change. So temp is 3 only here. So the remaining is 7. A of I. This is the A of I. Okay. So 7 is greater than 3. You can write the logic here also. Likewise here also. So you can write this one or you can write that one. So here two greater than will come. Here one greater than and one less than. So whichever is compatible to you, whichever is easy to you, you can follow. Not a problem. You can follow any one order. So if it is compatible to you, you can write this statement. While j greater than equals to 0, greater than or equals to 0, and this is the logical AND operator. So what is the meaning of logical AND operator? This is one operand. So this is one operand, otherwise I'll draw something. This is one operand. J greater than or equals to 0 is one operand. And another one is A of I greater than temp. This is another operand. If both the operands are true, so this condition is true, this condition is also true. So if both the operands are true, what is the logic of AND? If both the operands are true, the result will be true. If any one operator is false, that means false. That is the truth table of AND. Already you know the tautology. You might read tautology for the AND. So truth tables. So if both the operands are true, then the result will be true as per the AND, logical AND operator. So here we are using the logical AND operator. You should remember in your minds. Now the condition is true, then the control will enter into the body of the loop. So now it will enter the body of the loop. Here see array of j plus 1 equals to array of I plus 1 equals to array of I. So that means what we can, so we are exchanging array of I plus 1 to array of I. That means we are swapping both the values. After that, what will happen here? J minus minus. or j minus 1. So 1 second. Okay, j minus minus. So what is the value of j? Actually, j value is 0, right? J value is 0. So j minus 1 means what? Or j minus minus means what? Decrement of j. J minus minus means what? That means minus 1. So the decrement of j 0 means what? The decrement of 2 means 1. The decrement of 0 means what? Here already the j value is 0. But here we are decrementing the j minus minus, or otherwise j equals to j minus 1. You can write anything. So the decrement of j means what? How much? Minus 1. Okay. So if the value is minus 1, is it possible to find the element? Is it possible to sort in the list? Because there is no 0 minus 1 in minus 1th index in the list of elements. If minus 1 arises, what it will happen? Nothing. That means the loop will be terminated. Why it is terminated? Why we need to write j minus, sir? Because we cannot directly exchange the values without checking the previous elements in the list of array. Here see the condition. So it will take little bit time. Just please try to understand. Slowly I am telling. So don't worry. I'm here to help you. So here see. Now in the example, here we exchanged 7 and 4. So 4 comes in the place of here and 7 in the place of here. Okay, that's fine. But here see the 4, observe the 4. So the 4 is, this list is not in order. This list is not in sorted list. So here 4 come here, but even though the list is not in sorted order, then what happened here? Again the 4 is compared with 5. So that means this 4 needs to compare with his previous elements. That means this come back to the backward direction. So definitely the temp 4, here the temp value is 4. The temp is checking the previous elements. So what are the previous elements here? 5 and 3. 5 and 3 is 5 here, 5 is there, 5 is greater than 4. So that thing you need to be sorted. Again it will compare with 5 and we'll exchange the 4 and 5 in the next step. 4 and 5. So we are not directly place the temp value here. That is why we are going backward direction. That is why we are decrementing the value here. So after decrementing, what will happen? Minus 1 position occurs. So if minus 1 position occurs means that 0th position is revealed. So the 0th position is what? 3 and 4 is there. So that means the in that way the array is sorted like that. That is why the loop will be terminated here. So after termination, what will happen? I plus 1 equals to temp. That means temp value will be moved on to this location and that location will be moved on to temp value. Here the interchanges or the exchanges possible after the termination because no other elements before 0. That means you need not compare, you need not see the previous elements because already minus 1 index is reached. That is why there are no elements in this location. So compiler will understand like that. So did you understand what I am telling students? Here after if the minus 1 index is reached, automatically the compiler will understand. Oh, so this is the minus 1th location. That means no previous elements to compare. So interchange will be it will be done. Before that, no interchange directly. It is not possible to interchange directly. It will compare with the previous elements. By manually, we can know that, we can understand, we can see the list, but how compiler will see and how compiler will understand? It is based on the instruction only. Everything compiler will work on the instruction. Of course, the computer is working on instructions only by the user. What the user gave the instruction, it will follow. Instruction only, it will follow. So here the compiler will understand by the instruction only. So after that, soon after -1, we'll see the while loop will be terminated here. So after the termination of while loop, so -1 means there is no element before 0. So that means, so there is no elements to compare. So that is the order, you can swap it. So simply that value will be exchanged to temp value will be exchanged to that position. Likewise, the list will goes on. Okay. So after that, see the output. Total number of elements, the size of array elements is already 5, as defined max 5. This is the constant directly 5 values. For example, 500, 1, 50, 23, 76. So all these are my 5 elements. The sorted array is 1, 23, 50, 76, 500. This is the output. This will be the output. So see the logic once again, I'm explaining you. So maybe some people may not understand. Okay, next class is there. Next class is there. Okay. Did you understand? So if you have any doubts, you can see in the next class. Okay. Don't worry. So just try to understand the logic. This is important. Only this is important. Logic. This is important. From the definition onwards, this is important. Logic is here. Only one while loop. That's it. Only one while loop and the remaining these 3. That's it. Okay. We'll continue in the next class because I want to give time to the next faculty.